Hello everyone, and welcome to this in-depth look at Albert Camus' philosophical essay. In this video, I'll be guiding you through the main concepts and themes of this highly influential absurdist work. Camus begins by asserting that the most fundamental philosophical question is whether life is worth living. He argues that before asking any other philosophical questions, we must first grapple with the issue of suicide and examine if existence holds enough meaning to make persevering worthwhile. Camus rejects absolute rationality or irrationality as ways to find life's meaning. He introduces the concept of the absurd as arising from the human desire for unity, clarity, and meaning, coming up against the indifferent, irrational silence of the universe. According to Camus, we can respond to the absurd in four ways: physical suicide, philosophical suicide, through absolute faith in transcendent ideals, acceptance of hope despite the absurd, or embracing the absurd condition fully in revolt. The rest of the essay fleshes out Camus' concept of absurd revolt in more detail through the symbol of the Greek mythological figure Sisyphus. Sisyphus is condemned by the gods to push a boulder up a hill just to have it roll back down indefinitely for all eternity. Camus sees Sisyphus as the archetypal absurd hero who gives life meaning through his revolt against fate. Camus argues we must imagine Sisyphus happy, not because he has resigned himself to his plight, but because he asserts his freedom and autonomy in the face of the gods' punishment. Sisyphus's lucidity in recognizing the futility of his condition, while nevertheless pushing the rock for the rest of time, makes him an absurd hero. His struggle itself is enough to fill his heart. Camus goes on to examine how we can apply the lessons of Sisyphus to our daily lives. He concludes that we must cultivate absurd revolt through things like developing an ardent and restless spirit, retaining a critical lucidity about existence, avoiding hope for another life, and taking pleasure in living intensely for its own sake. Camus believes that the absurd outlook is the only way to remain free while accepting the basic senselessness of the world. He cautions, however, against false leaps that try to go beyond the absurd condition through things like philosophical rationalization or eternal transcendent values. The essay then explores examples of absurd creation, figures like the fictional womanizer Don Juan, the actor, the conqueror or revolutionary, and fictional characters created by authors like Dostoevsky and Kafka. Camus wants to show how embracing the absurd can infuse our lives with passion and intensity. Through these examples, Camus advocates for a Dionysian lifestyle that seeks to maximize earthly pleasure and experience rather than submitting to abstract ideals. He argues that we must reject cosmic harmony and meaning and instead find liberating unity within the contradictory diversity of human existence. Camus concludes by emphasizing that even with his bleak absurdist philosophy, he is not devoid of hope. But the hope he embraces is one that remains faithful to the absurd, arising from within rebellious human experience rather than transcending it through external absolutes. It is a veiled hope, stripped of illusion and resignation. So in summary, Camus puts forward the notion of absurdism as a way to honestly confront life's lack of preset meaning, while finding authentic meaning through embracing the contradictions of our condition. He advocates for lucidity, revolt, intensity, and passion, as part of the philosophical outlook grounded in the human experience of the absurd. Camus' ideas in the Myth of Sisyphus were hugely influential in the existentialist movement and continue to resonate today. The questions he poses about life's meaning and how we should live authentically in the face of the irrational are fundamental philosophical questions that we all must grapple with. Please share your thoughts and reactions, and thank you for listening.